Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday, January 22nd, 2024 Maplewood City Council Manager Workshop. City Clerk Sint, would you please do the roll call for us?
Councilmember Villavicencio.
Here.
Councilmember Cave.
Here.
Councilmember Juniman.
Here.
Councilmember Lee.
Present.
Mayor Abrams.
I'm here as well. Council members, would someone like to make a motion to approve our agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Cave, seconded by Juniman, the motion to approve our agenda. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. We have no unfinished business. We have new business tonight. Rather exciting, the Maplewood Mall, the former Sears building discussion. Ms. Parr, this is your topic for tonight. I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the council. I'm going to be extremely brief this evening to give the maximum time frame to the development group. Mr. Shung is here to join us this evening. I'll let him introduce himself, as well as his family and his business partners and his development team, and share their vision for the former Sears site, which, as you know from the staff report, they currently own, and have a vision for the future that they're going to share with you this evening. And with that, I'll turn it over to Dua.
Thank you. Whoever's going to speak, would you like to join the DS?
I only like to be in here to talk.
Welcome.
just kidding.
Would you
Thank
please tell us your name?
Sure, I will. So, good evening. My name is Tua, and my last name is Xiong. She's having a hard time saying correctly. Xiong, Tua, Xiong. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and to talk tonight. So, sounds like I am shaking because the people are so important, and this is my first time talking to important people. But I will be a strong man, so I'm getting rid of my shaking. Anyways, my people, my team may not have an opportunity to introduce themselves. So before I talk, let me just kind of briefly tell you who they are. I am Tua, the owner of Mountain Marketplace in St. Paul. And with me, the first row is my wife and my son-in-law, who is the manager of Mountain Marketplace, Jameson. Next is the architectural team. The first two gentlemen are the architectural shelter architects. Next to them is the former vice president of St. Paul Port Authority, Monty. Next row is my construction man, Zeman Construction, Mark. And the next is our two important people, my bankers from Stearns Bank out of St. Cloud. And this is the team of the development of the former Sears property. Thank you so much. I have been developing the Mountain Marketplace for 20 years, back in 2004. The very first one being refugees back in 1986 into the city of St. Paul. 2004, my wife and I started Mountain Marketplace out of a former lumber company, Shaw Stewart Lumber Company. They vacated. The property becomes vacant, and we turn into a vibrant Mountain Marketplace, retrofitting a lot of very old, unheated, non-sprinkled property. Not sure why we're so successful, but today, 20 years gone by, over 200 vendors. We never shut it down, including major holidays, Happy New Year or Christmas. We are opening 365 days a year for 20 years. Over 200 vendors today, 15 restaurants, farmers, and we have about 50 farmers market on the outside just this season. Being the fact that there's about 120,000 of us here in the state of Minnesota, Dr. Bruce Corey back in 2023, January 2023, just came out with the article saying from Dr. Bruce Corey out of Concordia University saying that population is a lot. The buying power, annual buying power is $2.4 billion. We contribute a lot to the state of Minnesota. At the same token, I'm letting you know we are not going anywhere. City of Maplewood or City of St. Paul or the state of Minnesota will be a permanent home for the Hmong people today and the many years to come. So therefore, years ago, we have been saturated at the Mountain Marketplace. imagining our over 100,000 population ought to be occupying a city of Duluth size. I mean, the city of Duluth is only 80,000, so we have over 100,000 of us here. So therefore, having said that, Montown Marketplace alone, with a 53,000 square foot indoor building with 5.65 acres, and the Hmong Village will not be able to sustain the demand of the whole community. So therefore, we have been so saturating our spaces about 10, 15 years ago. So therefore, we've been looking for a suitable site, and now we finally, trash, the old and ancient saying, there's trash to some people, but there's golden opportunity for some people, which is us, we're finding the Sears property as a golden opportunity. Sadly, seeing COVID-19, COVID-19 plays two roles for this family's future. Number one, COVID-19 plays a sad role making a lot of shopping malls across the nation going very slow. And many of them are to be gone permanently. Some time ago, developers spent millions of dollars making these beautiful malls, especially the Maplewood Mall is becoming a regional shopping center. And because I've been living here for 39 years, I know the foot traffic of Maplewood Mall has been decreasing greatly in the last several years. Second thing to be saying about COVID-19 is to thank COVID-19 because of COVID-19, the Sears property offers us an opportunity to become another developer. So therefore, we have big dreams. And I will be briefly talking about the big dreams, and I would like my my architect to walk through the bulk of the dreams that we are to be placing at the former Sears property. Our dream is to really bring foot traffic, to really satisfy our demand within the Hmong community, and Sears property is a perfect site. 4,000 parking lots for the Maplewood Mall, even though the Sears property only offers us 14 acres, but we're enjoying a 64-acre site. If our population is to be flocking here, we will never be out of parking spots. Where over the Montown Marketplace, we're so sure we turn a lot of people away on a weekly weekend. We're bringing a lot of enthusiastic plans, economic plans, economic values into the former Sears, on the hope that we are going to be bringing a lot of foot traffic, a lot of economic values. We're talking about maybe over 600 jobs, just the family's business alone, and over 30,000 foot traffic per week into the mall. So I am just hoping that I am not wrong in terms of us maybe an element of helping bringing more foot traffic back into the Maplewood Mall, so that Maplewood Mall will continue now and forever, and never go back again. So some of the big dreams are to be set in the following, but I would like to allow my architects, so that because they're better in terms of talking about square footage and the things in there, because that might include some sort of a code things or whatever. I'm just a developer. I don't know anything about code. So I will allow them to talk about the dreams I am planning to put in there. I'm hoping that the former Sears property will be a home for this family for a long time. At the same time, will be a destination other than the Mall of America right here in the city of Maplewood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we have the overhead, please?
Thanks, Tua.
Good evening, welcome.
Hey, good evening. My name's Greg Elsner. I'm an architect at Shelter Architecture. We've been working with Tua, Nu, and Jamie, and Shua for about 6 years now on multiple iterations of this project and where it could land. And that's kind of the packet in front of you, and the drawings we can walk through now is how this, their vision can fit specifically at the former Sears site. So that's right, they taught me how to run this already. So the project overview, the building itself is about 180,000 square feet of vacant space in the former Sears building that the project is looking to renovate. We're going to include spaces as a grocery, adult daycare center, entertainment zone, professional offices, a spa, a marketplace, and then a really developed food center with up to 30 different vendors is kind of this food country, food court type scenario. So here's the site, if you're not familiar. The Maplewood Mall in general, we're on the south side of that. There's the Mung Mall site. So it's the former Sears building itself plus 14 acres of surrounding property. Here's kind of the long-term site plan of what we're looking at. It's keeping in place the existing mall building itself, a spot for some future housing is kind of a phase 2, and then expanding an outdoor market and farmers market as part of phase 1, coming along the existing southern road there. And then here's our area plans, just starting to look at what the program of these spaces actually are. In light blue, we've got our wholesale grocery store, which is one of the main anchors and main entrances of the lower level. Below that, there's the adult daycare center, which links into an entertainment space as well. So it'll be used for the adult daycare center during the day, and then also rentable as entertainment spaces and a venue beyond that in the evenings. An entertainment zone with pickleball bags, a kids' play space, restaurant area, a spa, and sauna, steam room. And then on the north side is where we start getting into, or the plan north here, we start getting into some of the marketplace. Individual stalls, individual vendors selling. That's a 2-story connection up to the marketplace upstairs that'll be kind of lit from above with skylights and really start to feel like a cohesive space. And the dark green you're seeing are professional service offices, insurance, bank, and then professional service suites as well. Monctown, the family themselves will have their operations office there. A vendor market that comes into the pink area, and the pink area is kind of the food country with an opportunity for up to 30 different vendors to sell different foods, and it'll be a great experience to go through that. Here we've got some visioning concepts of what this food court is starting to look like and how we really think this is going to feel. A few of our team members traveled with the family to Thailand a couple years ago to visit some night markets, plus some kind of cutting-edge food venues in Thailand on looking at how we can bring those ideas into the food market. And then these are some indoor concepts that were developed at the previous site, but the notion is like directly applicable to what we're trying to design here of this 2-story connection, skylighted from above, lots of vegetation, lots of interaction with the vendors themselves as you're walking through the space. The outdoor market directly relating to the interior. And then just some general photographs of projects that we really like and are trying to emulate the feel of and really match the spirit of these other projects of indoor night market, indoor food stalls, the adult daycare and entertainment zone with pickleball, bags, food to go along with it. And then tying into the cultural motifs as well of trying to develop a feel for that on both the exterior and interior of the building as it gets redeveloped. There's one image here on the upper right-hand corner of the dragons at the staircase and escalator. That's been a real key point for Tua and New that we'll definitely be working with, and expect to see some full-size elephants as well. Yeah. And then food court inspiration. The idea of a really kind of food-forward, trendy spot to be. Like we're saying, we're currently planning for up to 30 different vendors of different sizes with a whole variety of foods that you'll be able to eat and share. So that's our general brief packet. I can answer questions. The team can answer questions. we'll kind of take it from there. Thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful. I have to say, it's very exciting to see some things happening at, in our north end, and especially revitalization of the mall. My first question will be, and I'm sure there will be others from the council, what is your timeline? What does that look like?
A very good, the very good answer is my bankers are here, and I'm hoping that I haven't really disappointed them in terms of giving the speech. So hopefully they are still on board.
Yeah.
They were the main banker financing so that we.
Do you want to come up to the DS, because this is being recorded, and,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, it's much easier.
The
if you're-
banker, Stearns Bank, was really, really kind to the family. They gave us the first phase of financing according to property so we can get control of the site. And they are also attending the city meeting like the one we have today, on the hope that they are going to be staying and coming back in 12 months, getting a permanent financing for us, and including working capital, the whole 9 yards. But then it really depends on how fast our architect can be developing the plan so that we can give it to Zeman Construction, and from there Zeman give us the number so that we can give it to our banker. We're talking about, if I am not mistakenly overly aggressive, May of 2025 will be our grand opening of the former Sears property, including we may be developing on a phase basis, such as some, because it's so expensive, economic conditions not very good, it's not on our side, therefore maybe some sort of a money-making elements are to be constructed, and we go by the phase. But then grand opening will be really grand opening when everything is opened. And if nothing is blocking the road, I would like to ask for permission to be putting up a farmer's market, even though we haven't really started our construction. Hopefully, the city will allow us to, or give us permission to put a farmer's market the way we do at Montel Marketplace today on the east end of the former Sears property, from May all the way to October 31st for the farmer's market for tent. But when the time comes, the farmer's market will be a structure, beautiful structure, farmer's market, even having water on the outside, so that we can perform our yearly summer Montel festival, including night market on the outside as well.
I'm sure you'll be working with our staff in terms of what it will take to make that happen.
Thank you.
And I can certainly attest to the fact that the outside of the mall, of the property that you now own, is certainly in need of some love and attention, let's say.
We got some good plans.
That's maybe a nice way to say it, but I look forward to it. So do you think that there will be any kind of construction that you'll look at, maybe even this summer, this spring and summer?
According to Rich, my banker, and myself, we would like to start construction tomorrow. But I'm not talking about architectural language. So I am hoping that comes September or October, hopefully our first hammer is going to be hammering something inside the Sears property, if I'm not wrong.
Okay. Council members, any other questions? Councilmember Cave.
Not a question, just a comment. I think this is a fabulous plan for the North End. Very well, going to be very well received in the community. I think from your Hmong market to the one from Shaw, you've done an excellent job. Yes, they're very full, and especially on weekends, but this would be a wonderful draw to the area. I love the concepts that you put in there. You have put a lot more thought into it than just having a Hmong market. I mean, it is definitely a destination for food, but also for community, with the adult daycare, with, spa, entertainment, to take anyone through if they just want to walk through for the day or if they're planning on staying for longer. That is, absolutely something I think our community needs. And I definitely welcome this to the Maplewood Mall, because this, I think, would be a huge boost to the mall life too. I mean, you can't not think that people are going to trickle into the mall also to help them. So I'm very much in favor of this, and I really appreciate all the work you did.
Thank you so much. Well, as you can see, we don't know why we came to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because we live in Laos, we never saw snow. We don't know what snow look like. And
you're
even
still
at
here.
29 years into the USA, into St. Paul, I still don't like snow a bit. So as you can see, I just took off my very thick sweater. So if I am on the outside for 5 or 30 minutes, I have to come back home. So therefore, this 180,000 square feet, being the fact that I am a somewhat educated man, I did receive my bachelor's degree in a business and oppose after a college degree or a accounting degree, working really hard. Plus, I have 20 years of experience at developing the Motown. And when I see myself not liking the snow, I am also seeing a lot of the community do not like the snow as well. So this 180,000 square feet offers me an opportunity to really think about our future children, a martial art, a taekwondo class, or a small stage for young kids to be showing their talent. People of my age that would be not liking the snow on the outside, but indoor dining while playing their pickleballs or their cornhole, as well as people that really don't like the snow, but inside having a very beautiful herbal spa, steam room, so on and so forth, and a food market or a wholesale for the community. So we have been putting a lot of thought through, and even though we kind of told them 6 years ago, saying, let's build a 100,000 square foot building at the Motown today. But then they said parking lot is an issue, so therefore, gladly we found this is property, and we think that's going to be our final solution.
Thank you. We have two other council members who have questions. Councilmember Villavicencio.
Thank you. Before I was on the council, I was on the North End Task Force. And if you look at our North End plan, this is a prayer answered, I believe. And so I'm very excited about this project. Since I've been on the council, I think bringing culture to our mall and to the community and having that representation is important to me. So anything I can do to help this project too, I'm in favor of. And my only thought is that if you look at our North End plan, we really stress and really rely on the culture of Maplewood. And so I just ask to keep in mind of that too, because I think that's an important aspect of our community. So thank you.
Well, our goal is to really work closely with the City of Maplewood, understanding what the City of Maplewood's long-term plan, and work parallel with them. But our second phase of development would be, now the first phase, we just need to see how the 14 acres play in terms of parking and so for us. But our second phase of development, I would really, really love to include some sort of a housing on the outer skirt of the avenue. So feel free to let me know whatever your dream or whatever the City of Maplewood would like to see accomplished at the area. We'd be willing to look into it and be cooperative.
Thank you. Councilmember Lee.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Zhang, for coming tonight. I am so excited to see this project and to see what's going to be coming to the City of Maplewood. Just coming back from Thailand and seeing all of these photos, I'm like, great, this is awesome. We're going to be, we're thinking about the economic impact. There's so much that this project is going to be bringing to the City of Maplewood. I think a lot about the cultural destination. How do we turn that mall into a cultural destination? I consider myself a flea market kid. What I mean by that is, my parents are flea market vendors. I didn't go to college. I would not have been able to go to college without the flea market, Hmongtown Marketplace and Hmong Village. So, there's so many opportunities that will be provided to a lot of BIPOC and micro entrepreneurs that this project will be bringing to our city. Great opportunities. So I'm super excited to hear more about what's going to be coming. As Councilmember Cave said, I think this is a very well thought out project. There's a lot of many different phases. The fact that there's a housing plan potentially in here too, that's a model that we're looking into. Maybe cities are thinking about, how do you bring housing to support local malls in the area? So well thought out, and I'm super excited to support this project and to see where this project is going to go the next year here. So 2025 can't come soon enough.
Well, when we're talking about Oriental architectural when I talked to Shelter, I said, do this and do that. And they kind of, well, Minnesota doesn't have a lot of Chinese houses or Vietnamese houses or Thailand houses. So I said, let's go to Thailand. We went to Thailand in 2022 for 2 weeks. Now they understand. A lot of these pictures are taken by them. So I'm glad to have enough to tailor some of the Oriental architectural, not the outside, but within the property realm.
Well, I don't see any other questions. I want to thank you for your presentation tonight. Thank you for bringing this amazing project to our community. I think that you've heard from the council that we're pretty excited to see, and I am anxious to see when the ground is going to be dug up out there, and we're going to start to see some changes, because I think it will be, like Councilmember Lee said, a real economic generator for that north end. And I'm also excited about the housing out in the parking lot. That I think is going to be a real asset for that entire north end. I don't know if you're aware, but our hospital, St. John's, is going to be undertaking a huge expansion over the next few years, and so that north end is going to really be transformed. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for the presentation. We look forward to hearing more from you. Thank you. Council members, that is it for our agenda tonight. So I am going to adjourn. And we'll be back. Let's start at 7:05. That'll give us a couple of minutes in between.